In this video, you'll see how we met 5 years ago. Go, Buggy. Go, Buggy. Ah! I put his face in my eye. No, we out.
TJ Show. TJ Show.
What's up, TJ Nation?
So as you can see from our last video, we got a little bit of updates. We're engaged. Yeah.
Check
Look at the ring.
So in this video, you see the engagement. You see we in it for the long haul. So we're gonna talk about how it all started, how it all came to be, how Tia and Jay were born.
Oh, and let's not be rude. I'm Tia, if you didn't know already.
And I'm Jada, but I mean I go by Jay for the YouTube world, J-A-I.
A lot of people think it's Jai, but it's Jay. But we just spelled it like that because we felt like it looked cuter than J-A-Y. A lot of people actually don't know the story of how we met because a lot of people met us years after we actually started dating. We've been together for 5 years, or over 5 years technically, so this has been a long time coming.
Absolutely.
Grab your popcorn, grab your wine. If you're of age, we got our wine. Have a seat because today we're getting into the nitty gritty of how we got together. There's a lot of misconceptions about how we got together and just our relationship overall. So just gonna hop right into it. Let's rewind back to 2018, pre-COVID times. Let's go all the way back.
We was all in each other's faces. So I mean, I guess it's two different perspectives really, because it's like she's got one view of 2018 coming into this, and then I have my view. I'm gonna give like my point of view and my experience of this process, and then she's gonna give her point of view and experience of our relationship process, I guess, because I mean, I don't know. We were in two different worlds, mind you, when we first got together. 2018, that was a point in time where I was not with anyone, and I hadn't ever been with anyone. So I was coming into this solo dolo for a while. I also hadn't even come out yet. Everything was new.
We ended up going to same college. We both went to SFA. And so at the very beginning of the school year, I was already in a group chat with people that were incoming freshmen into SFA. And so I already had a crowd of people that I was around. And at the time, I didn't know Jaden.
I was a loner. Coming in here, I came with a few friends, and he was running with a friend group, and there was this whole group chat thing that I wasn't really a part of. I was a loner, and I insisted on not being in it, but I feel like the stars still aligned for me to meet her. By chance, we ended up running into each other because the crowds ended up clashing, and so that's when I met her.
Okay, so I was in that group chat, I had my own crowd, and then eventually I would say like around the first or second week of school, we meshed together because I was around people from the group chat, and then also she was around people from the group chat, and then so we ended up meeting each other at some point. But see, at this time, I was in a relationship with a guy, and she was single, but when we initially met each other, we were just friends.
I literally met her and we were on the same vibe, on the same energy, and I was like, dang.
I remember
this girl's pretty cool. Like, I mean, like I was thinking like, oh, I want to make her like a really close friend. I definitely did not expect it to end up like this.
Like, y'all, day one, when we first met each other, we were like this.
Yeah.
Literally, within the first 10 seconds of us meeting, like, I remember us going back and forth, and we were doing some corny news anchor type of joke. Yeah. We're here. We're here. We're locked in. But at the time, it was like locked in as friends, though.
Right.
It wasn't like that because at the time, I was in a relationship with a guy. And at the time, I think we were only together for probably like maybe 2 weeks. Basically, I was in like a 2-week relationship at the time when I met her, and we were just friends. And also, I hadn't come into terms with full terms with my sexuality. Like at the time, I had came out as bisexual, never dated a woman or anything.
It's already, I was as gay as they come. I just wasn't ready to accept it, and that's probably part of the reason why I was not with anyone for so long, was because I didn't know how to address my gay side. I don't know if you call that an awakening, maybe a little blink, a little, I don't know.
It was so crazy too, because it was like we were friends, but then I feel like each day it progressively got like we're just inching closer and inching closer inching closer.
Closer.
I just remember throughout the whole experience, when I was in the relationship with the guy, letting him know about my own sexuality, and I was like, I met this girl on campus, and you know, this is what I'm thinking about her, whatever, I think I'm gonna be coming into terms with my bisexuality, and then he was just like, okay, explore that.
Mind you, I would have never thought in my days that she was thinking about it. I didn't think that, you know, she was this really pretty girl that I, you know, had befriended, so I really wasn't thinking like, oh, you know, this relationship is gonna go in this direction. I was really thinking like, okay, she'll be a pretty girl that I'm friends with, you know?
Yeah, everybody just thought I was straight until I remember we were all hanging together with our friend group at some point, and everyone was going one by one and saying their sexuality. And then when it got to me, I said I was bisexual. She was in the room, and that's when she realized, like, oh, she's not straight.
I was like, what? You know, my head still wasn't really boosted because it's like, okay, yeah, she's not straight, but what makes you think she people you?
And then
you
also it was
know?
like, oh, she's not straight, but she has a boyfriend.
She got a man. Like, I just was like, that still wasn't my go flag.
As things progressed, I just remember we were just going to parties, hanging out, and it was just like, I feel like I slowly but surely came into my terms with my sexuality for sure. I remember this specific time. We went to a party. Everyone is trying to figure out where to sit. Everybody has to end up lapping up with a friend because where else to sit.
Guess what?
And so I was like, I'm sitting on her lap. And so basically this was me at every party. Even when there was somewhere to sit at a function or a party, whatever, I would literally just, I'm here.
But there would be like spaces available for her to sit.
There was like literally space and opportunity for me to sit.
It was always gonna be the me and her thing.
Whenever we would go somewhere, we were literally best buddies and best friends. And so I really started to come into terms, like I had more of an emotional connection with her than I did with men. Honestly, I was only in a relationship with the guy for 5 or 6 weeks. And then we ended up breaking up. And then I got in a relationship with her, and we've been together for 5 years.
For 5 years.
You just eating your popcorn behind the screen. I see you right there, just watching. Go ahead and subscribe.
You're watching.
Look, it's that red.
You might as well subscribe.
It's that little button down there. Pause right now.
Matter of fact, subscribe and put the noties on, cause you know you wanna see us.
You gonna wanna see us.
You know.
Correct.
Right. Rewind
So
the clip.
we're 18 years old. It's August 2018. We're just now meeting each other. At the time, she's single.
I'm single.
Never been in a relationship with anybody ever in her life. I was in a relationship.
I had a kindergarten boyfriend.
Whatever. Thank you. Anyways, I was in a relationship with a guy, and I've only ever been with relationships with men before her. So like that's how I was coming in to the relationship. And then basically we met each other through mutual friends, and then we're like this ever since. Let's get into how we really got together, because a lot of people seem to think because of Jay's exterior that, oh, she might have been the one to
Yeah, right.
people just think that she asked me out. Let's tell you the real story. Let's get into the actual real. Let's debunk everything.
She can't wait to debunk.
You know, people have insinuated I was fake gay.
Oh my
or this or that. Let's debunk that. Jay didn't always look like this. Y'all don't know that though.
I didn't actually.
Wore makeup to parties.
I was
wore
that
crop
girl.
top. She had braids.
I was that girl.
And so when we got together, femme at the time, like she wasn't this version of Jay.
I'm talking full face, booty shorts, the whole 9 yards.
She was wearing the same thing
braids.
I was wearing at the time.
Yeah.
And so
she did my makeup actually.
Yes, I did her makeup for parties.
Yeah.
And so what happened was, you could tell the story because you're the one who said it about, okay, the night that we came from a party. We're gonna get into the story of how she figured out that I like her.
Okay, so you want me to...
And how I figured out that she liked me. Yes.
Well,
No. So what happened was, we went to a party, and then what happened after the party?
So, well, if you're really going by the timeline, what happened was that we went to a party. The party was dark, you know, the vibes, everybody was catching the vibes. And, you know, we decided to sit off on the wall somewhere. I feel like, you know, that is when, you know, I started feeling like I wanted her to be more than a friend, I think. We just didn't know where it could go because obviously she was in a relationship at the time. So I wasn't really sure how far that was gonna go. So then, you know, fast forward, she's leading me out the party hand in hand. And I'm like,
After the party, we ended up going back to my dorm.
Yeah.
And as we're going back to my dorm, basically she expressed to me that she want me.
Okay.
She basically expressed to me.
Okay.
The very next day, I ended up telling my boyfriend at the time that told me, like, I was just like, Jay told me some things about how she want me.
Told on me, y'all.
You know, I was just like, Jay told me some things about how she want me. And don't tell her. Don't tell her. Don't tell her. Some way he found her social media and then contacted her and then told her, like,
and he did, yes.
I know that blah 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 blah.
I'm sweating. Oh man, what did I got myself into? Because I'm like, I definitely confessed myself to her, and I was definitely feeling her that whole night. So then I'm like, oh damn, you know, the backlash is coming in the morning, and I'm worried about what is this gonna be? But it didn't really turn out the way that I thought, and like, it wasn't a huge deal. He's been mad.
Long story short, he wasn't that mad about it.
So we move forward. So we move forward, and you know, okay, so that is the teller, right? Because I'm like, okay, you know, he's giving me this information that she is saying she's been watching me, and I was like, word, and I was like, oh really? And I was like, I'm quite interested in her, and like, sorry to this man, but I was like, I'm quite interested in her. So I was like, you know, I started looking at it. I literally told my roommate at the time, like, oh, you know, I'm starting to look at her different. You know, I didn't really know that she was kind of,
she didn't know that I wanted her.
I did not know that. So, you know, fast forward some more.
All this happened in a span of like 5 weeks. Like, this wasn't a 3-month thing. This happened in like 5 or 6 weeks.
Things move fast.
Like 6 weeks.
With the lady gays.
Like, yeah,
things move
5 or
fast.
6 weeks I was in a relationship with him.
Next week.
We broke up, and then after we broke up, I was like, I want you. So let me tell you the story. So I came over to her dorm, right? And I forgot what we were doing. I think we were getting ready to go out somewhere, go to a party later that day.
Party. We were about to go to a party.
Yeah, we were supposed to go somewhere, and before we went, I was just like, I don't know what I said. I just remember like telling her, like, I like you, I want you.
You was on some like, I get what I want.
And I get what I want.
Like,
and then she was like running from me. Like,
okay, now listen. Now, mind you, I hadn't been with anybody, so obviously this is all new to me. And I'm like getting anxiety and getting nervous, and she's really pretty, and I'm just like, I don't know, you know. Basically, I'm like at the door, right? I'm at the door, about to turn the light off. We about to, you know, head out to the party. And then here she go pushing up on me before I can even get the door open. And I was like nervous.
What did you even say to me? I don't remember what you said.
I don't even remember what I said. Too stunned to speak.
Too stunned to speak.
I was too stunned to speak.
I was like, well, after you,
what she knew.
Because I was like, because what you told me, like, I was like, you told me that you want me.
A secret.
You already told me that you want me. So what are we doing?
We knew we were feeling each other, but she was trying to accelerate.
Exactly. I was trying to accelerate the process. I'm like, why are we playing games? You want me. I know I want you. So why are we playing these games? Why are we playing these little games and gimmicks, y'all?
Yeah, she was like diving headfirst into it. I was like,
and plus I was excited. I was like, I've never been in a relationship with women. I had only been in a relationship with men, and I was like, I want you, I like you, I know what I want. I knew what I wanted. I wasn't for the games and gimmicks.
Mind you, I knew what I wanted, but I just wasn't ready to be so bold with it. Like I said, I had spent quite a bit of time not even really acknowledging my own sexuality. So I feel like when all of it came at me at once, pretty girl, gay, all this stuff, it was just like, whoa.
So basically, we started dating on October 5th, 2018.
We did.
So that's where we are now. Like,
that was official, yeah.
October 5th, 2018. From then, we just kind of started going on. I know, like, that same exact day we got dressed up, I did her makeup. She put on a crop top. We went and got pizza. We went on a whole date.
Yeah.
And then we just kind of like, we've been locked in ever since.
Yep. That's how it's been, you know.
I'm telling you, like, literally our entire 4 years of college, like, we're basically college sweethearts. Yeah. Like, we literally like in the same dorm together throughout college. Like, we were roommates, college, same dorm. We had our beds pushed together at some point. Like,
I don't know why we didn't do that before. We spent like at least a year or two with 2 little twin beds, like on separate sides of the room. And then we was like, why don't we? So just go ahead and get it started. And our coming out a whole another thing. So if y'all want a separate video about like our coming out story, like how I came out, which is a whole long other story, and how she came out is a whole nother story.
Like, I guess we could do our 2 separate coming out stories, or if y'all want any other like story times about our relationship, because it's like I feel like it's like a really sped through version of how we started dating.
Because there's a couple more details and details that, you know, glossed over.
Yeah, there's certain details that had to be left out.
Yeah, so, but I mean, that there's like quite a few details. I mean, that obviously 5 years is gonna come with a lot of details, but I mean,
but it's like, it's so to me like how we went from 18 years old, and like to me it's so crazy that I was her first relationship ever, first person she ever dated, first girlfriend, and she's my first girlfriend. Like, she was my first girlfriend. Like, I never dated a girl ever in my life, and the fact that we started dating at 18 and now we're 23 and we've been together like consistently ever since. Like, just met each other in college. We literally had classes together, dorm together. Like, we've been with each other. Like, we basically like watched each other grow up.
Yeah, we did watch each other, you know, be successful at things, and we've been there through the ups and the downs with each other. It's been 5 years in the making, and
thank you for coming to our TED Talk, y'all.
Right,
I don't know, like what else is there to say? About it.
Well, I mean, because then you get to the point of we've been together for 5 years, and then we had the engagement on that you all saw in our last video, Carnival Cruise. That was.
We have a lot of stories, but like we're just talking about the story of how we got together. That's the story how we got together. But if y'all want a whole story time of like our experience in it, like being in an LGBTQ relationship, our experiences, like
a less than accepting environment,
like that's a whole nother story. We could do that.
Yeah. Like,
if you want specific other videos from us, we could do a whole nother story. But like just a story of how we met each other is pretty much that's the story. And we've been best friends ever since. Yeah. We've been bestie booba. We've been locked in.
That's how we was like. Alright.
I don't know what else to say. There's so many different things.
I could talk about me. And I mean, realistically, how I went from where I was then, single, never having been with anyone, femme presenting, to where I am now, mass presenting with a sexy aftermath.
We just hit 5 years, like October 5th, 2023. This year. We just hit 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years.
So now we've been together for like 5 years and 1 month. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. And I mean, I did not expect for it to go this far.
Now we're engaged and we're gonna like. Don't y'all think that's wild to be in your first ever relationship? Like, her first relationship, she's getting engaged or getting married to the first person she's ever dated.
I've never.
And then I'm getting married to the first woman I've ever dated. Like, if you don't think that's soulmates, like what else is that, y'all? Like, if you don't think we were just a match, like
written,
literally. She always said like we're written in stars. So poor Milo been bothering us the whole video. We've been trying to film this video, knock the tripod over, knock the camera over.
Yeah.
He just want to be a part of something. Yeah. This is our dog.
Boy.
His name is Milo.
Buggy.
He's a Pekingese and toy poodle mix, and he is 1 year old now.
Yeah, he's a 1 year old. His birthday was in August, early August.
He's been trying to jump on this couch the whole video, so I was like, we might as well just put him in the camera.
He's been knocking stuff over, barking, all.
Check back our old videos about Milo, and you could probably watch him grow up. So he just wants to be. Look at him. Being
dramatic. You mad about?
Literally being dramatic. He just wants to be in the couch with us.
I don't know if it's like constantly dying or what.
I feel like that's our cue to go ahead and just wrap this video up.
We can just all wrap it up. All right.
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen. Go and like and
comment and subscribe,
and we just gonna cut it.
We're gonna cut it. We're just gonna cut it.
We'll see y'all later, TJ Nation.
Love y'all. Peace. Bye. In this video.
Yeah, in this video, you'll see how we met 5 years ago.
Hey, in this video, you can see how we met 5 years ago. Hey, in this video, you can see how we met 5 years ago. Go, 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 go,
go, Buggy, go, Buggy,
go, Buggy, go, Buggy.
Oh, Lord. Ah, I put his face in my eye.
And that note, we out.
TJ Show.